Alrighty, we are live. It's gonna be a pretty quick stream, but we're live. So let's start. We're gonna wait until probably another minute or two till more people join till it becomes 7 o'clock. We're gonna go over Bitcoin. We're gonna go over Jasmine Coin. Gonna go over Elon Coin, and we're gonna go from there. So we'll wait for a few people to join, and then we'll start. Alrighty. So I'm going to probably go through everything pretty quickly today. Maybe do it like a 10-15 minute stream, and then I'm going to go watch a playoff game for the NFL. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I'll still try to get to them. But that's kind of how this is going to go. So quickly again, start off with Bitcoin here in a minute or so. I'm going to try to wait till 7 o'clock because that's usually when we go live. But yeah, if you guys have any questions now, we'll let me know. Yeah, get some music going. Maybe. All right, so we'll start with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin right now is at $42,400. You're really trying to hold that 42K support. If you don't hold that, I do think the next target would be, yeah, you do have a little bit of support at 40. I think the next support would be $40,000. If you close a weekly candle below 40K, I've said for the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think Bitcoin's in a bear market. Until that happens, I think we're fine. But I really want to see 42K hold personally. The next target to the upside, if we go to the daily time frame, would be that the 0.236 fib, which is currently at $48,142. So 48K, we'll call it officially, would be the target to the upside if Bitcoin can bounce off of this 42K level. I also think there's a little bit of resistance at 46K, but the next fib is at $48,100 on Bitcoin. Personally, I think Bitcoin stays above 42K, but you know, if we don't, then 40K would be the next stop. So that's kind of how Bitcoin's looking. Let me go to the MACD and see how that's looking. 1 hour chart on MACD, Bitcoin's MACD is just going sideways. The 2 hour, same thing. The 3 hour is kind of going up a little bit. So overall, everything below the 6 hour chart on the MACD for Bitcoin is not, it's just going sideways, if not down a little bit. The 12 hour chart, same thing. That's in a downtrend. And the daily chart is more or less going sideways. So MACD is not going to help us much. When price goes sideways for a long time, though, the MACD doesn't help really at all. So I don't think the MACD is going to help us much on that. But I do think Bitcoin is going to bounce off this 42K support. Also, the God fans on the 6 hour chart are bullish. I cannot talk tonight. So those are looking bullish. So I do think, grand scheme of things, Bitcoin's still in an uptrend ever since we had that low, which was at $39,400. I do think from there, we're going to be in a slow uptrend where we go up, we go down, and we create a higher low every time we do that. So I think the higher low is currently around 42K. I think our next leg up will take us to 45K. Then maybe we revisit 43K, and then maybe 46K, where we revisit 44K. That's kind of what I think will happen to Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin will slowly go up. So let me go over to Jasmine Coin. I make videos on Jasmine Coin literally every day. The next target to the upside on the 1 hour chart, well, you did make a new low on the 1 hour chart. But the next target to the upside would be about 7.877. No, 7.9 or 7.8 cents on Jasmine. If you're above 7.8, I think you're bullish on the 1 hour time frame. But on the daily chart, the next level you need to get above on Jasmine to be bullish would be 11.6 cents. And the daily chart, the 618 is still all the way up there on Jasmine at 19.6 cents. So that's your golden target you want to get above. But personally, I think if Jasmine loses 4 cents on Coinbase or on any exchange, or Bitcoin would be in probably around 37K. So I don't think that would happen if Bitcoin's still in a bull market. But short-term Jasmine does not look super bullish. Your next support to the downside on Jasmine is 6.5. So that's kind of how Jasmine's looking. I'm not thrilled about Jasmine right now. So I'll look up, someone wants me to look up XYO and Crypto.com. I'm going to go over to Elon 1. We're going to talk about this briefly, and then I'll go look at those coins. So Elon 1, I'm personally going to be buying more of whenever Coinbase lets me buy more. I have to wait a few days for my bank to process the money or whatever, because I withdrew it from my bank to Coinbase, and Coinbase then requires you to wait like 5 to 8 days before you can send it to Coinbase wallet. So I have to wait to buy more. But I do want to buy more of Elon 1 because at the end of this month they're supposedly launching the marketplace. If that does happen, this thing's going to go parabolic. And if I want to look at the marketplace, so this is basically showing all the transactions Astro has updated to the marketplace to see which shows he's still actively updating the marketplace to get ready for the end of the month. 5 hours ago, he made a transaction. 5 hours and 1 minute ago, he made a transaction. 10 hours ago, he made a few transactions. So he's made several transactions today, or updates to the marketplace today. So I'm still bullish on this project. Just look at the grand scheme of things. Last time there was bullish news, this thing did an 8x in 4 days. It went parabolic. I think with the announcement, or if they release the minting and the marketplace by the end of this month, this thing is going to easily do a 10x in that time. So that is my conservative prediction and on Elon 1. So I'm personally buying more. It will be Elon 1 is by far my biggest holding, so I still support Elon 1 long term. All right, so let's go look at XYO. I know the XYO has been beat down recently, but we'll see what happens. All right, so XYO is currently at 2.7 cents. So it's had a big correction. You have a major local low down here at 2.6. You're basically about to make a new local low if it doesn't hold 2.65 cents. Yeah. That's your last, yeah, so 2.66 cents is your next local low. If you don't hold that, I would look for a new low on Coinbase, because if you don't, well, I guess if you don't hold 2.66 cents, the next target would be 2.2 cents. If you go below 2.2 cents, you're going to make a new low on the Coinbase chart for XYO, which you don't want to do. If you don't hold 2.2 cents, your next target is going to be 1.2, 1.3 cents. So XYO, I would say is a good buy, assuming Bitcoin can stay above $40,000. The next target for XYO to the upside on the daily time frame is 4 cents on the dot. So that's your next target to the upside. Let me go see how the MACD is looking on the 6-hour chart. 6-hour chart is starting to get some negative momentum. The 12-hour chart it's going down as well. Daily chart going sideways, and the 3-day chart on XYO is looking bullish. So big time frames are looking good. Smaller time frames going sideways, if not down a little bit. So this could consolidate a little bit more. Maybe you go back down to 2.6 and then you go higher. But I do think the low would probably be well, I can't say the low would be 2.6 because you're so close to that. And I would definitely say it's not bullish at all if you go below 2.2 cents, which is the lowest it's ever been on Coinbase. If you make a new low on XYO on the Coinbase chart, yeah, I would say Bitcoin might be in danger of not being in a bull market anymore. So XYO really needs to hold this local low at 2.6 in my opinion. And then someone wants to look at Crypto.com coins, so let's go to that. Crypto.com. All right, so Crypto.com still going lower. So we can update our chart a little bit. The lowest it ever went was, at least recently, was 43 cents. So the 236 fib on the daily time frame is still, well, now that's at 56 cents. And your next target, if you made a new local low, would be basically 30 cents to the downside. Also, you do have support, though, at 34 cents or 34.5 cents. So I would expect that to be your next target to the downside before you hit 30 cents. So maybe a little bit of a bounce at 34.5 cents. But right now it's not looking good. Like I said, your next target to the upside is 56 cents. I think if you get back above 56 cents, you can assume the low would be in. But right now, this doesn't look very good. And also on the MACD, it's in a downtrend. So I would have to say right now, Crypto.com doesn't look very good. 12-hour chart is trying to go up on the MACD, so that is bullish. The 6-hour chart, it's going sideways, really. So overall, Crypto.com coin does not look as good as, I don't think, as XYO on the macro time frames. What do I think of Crypto.com coin going to Super Bowl next month? Well, if they have a Super Bowl announcement, I think it's going to go parabolic. So maybe if you look at it that way, you could, if anything below 40 cents would be an excellent buy on Crypto.com coin. Proof of Astro Elon Marketplace. Yeah, so I just looked at that. That's what this is. So this means every day, or not every day, but all these transactions are saying he's updating the marketplace. He did say a few days ago, now maybe it's been 5 days, that I'm still targeting the end of the month for the marketplace to go live. So that's what he said. Sorry, I had to check something. So that's what he said. I'm still planning on that because he confirmed that the other day. I'm still hoping for that. I'm still buying more. I'm having my parents buy more, my brother buy more if they want to, if they're willing to. So my friends, I just want them to get in because I know this thing is going to do a 10x bare minimum when we launch the marketplace. And that's probably being conservative. I do think it does a 10x in a week when the marketplace is up and everything's up, but it might not happen that fast. I think it happens faster than a week, but just be aware. I still do think a 10x happens, though, within a week or two of the marketplace going live. So, and if you guys want proof of it, or the address, I should say, I can send that to you. I have a Telegram group. Just ask for that in the Telegram group, or in a YouTube video, I can send the link there. But this is it right here. And it's all on Etherscan. So, yep, that would be your proof right there. So still really bullish on this. And also go join their Telegram group. They go live most days, or not live, but they do voice chats most days of the week in the Telegram group. So I think Crypto.com is a hold, long term. SOS is at a discount. I'm lagging. Hold on just a second. Hopefully that helps. All right, so no problem, Kelsey. The code is on the Polygon testnet. Yes, also, he did show that too. He did show the Polygon part of it too, which I don't know how to read that, but I did see that in the Telegram group too, because when that happened, Elon did have a small spike. I think he probably talked about right here. It was right after we went down to 1176 on the chart, and then he got in, or he talked about it, and then he went from 1176 on the chart all the way up. What was the top of that? Just recently. Right below 17, or I think it got to 1699 was the top. Maybe it was, so it went from 1176 to 1699. That was the last local high on Elon 1 after that news. And well, I mean, this is him updating the marketplace. If you want proof of the marketplace, you'd have to go look at that Polygon thing, which is in the Telegram group. But this is like him showing that he's updating the marketplace. All right, so I'll go look at Chiliz. Yes. Chiliz, right? Is that how I spell it? Yep. All right, so let me go to the daily time frame. Hopefully this is the right coin. I'm going to start on the 3-day chart and go from there. Let me know if this is the right coin, because I don't want to look at the wrong one. So right now, you have major resistance at that 56 cent level. Actually, it's probably a little bit high. Well, it's probably not higher. Your resistance at 60 cents for sure. Then if you zoom in, you have major support on Chiliz down there at 20 cents. And you have a local low there, several local lows at 25 cents, so that's also support. You had two tops there. Well, no, you didn't. Excuse me. Something's in my throat. Yeah, so let me go to the daily chart now. Those are the major support and resistances for Chile. So 20 cents, 25 cents, and 60 cents as major resistance. I will say this. The 6-hour chart, no, the daily chart on the Gone Fence is not bullish. The 6-hour chart is bullish. So it's saying on the 6-hour chart on the Gone Fence, the 6-hour chart is a buy is what it's basically saying there. As long as you don't go below 25 cents, that looks like it's still bullish for Chiliz. Now let me go back to the daily chart and we can do I'll do the 3-day chart and we can do a fib from the top to the bottom. Yeah, we'll do it with the wicks and then we'll do it without the wicks. So right now, your next target that you want to get above to be bullish on the smaller time frames, on the daily chart I should say, you want to get above 34 cents. Now, if you don't want to use the wicks, then that would definitely change things. Then, if you don't want to use the wicks to be bullish, at least on the 1 hour chart, you'd have to get above 30 cents. If you want to be bullish on the daily time frame, I always say you have to be above the 618, and currently on Chili's, that's at 45 cents, without if you don't want to use the wicks. So, okay. I can look at NKN. I'll give you a secret. I followed the Deploy wallet. He's one of the devs of SHIB and UFO. Ooh. So I knew he was a... So you're saying Astro is. So I knew he was one of the developers of like major tokens. I just didn't know what they were. That is extremely bullish news. If that's... I mean, that's awesome. So if that's accurate, which I think, you know, I'll take your word for it. I know he was some... he was one of the devs of some major projects. I just didn't know what they were. I'm going to write that down. So you said SHIB and UFO. And I know UFO has done extremely well as well. Hold on. I'm going to take a picture. Yeah, so UFO has gone parabolic this year. I was actually part of UFO for a while. I sold it. I got out way too early. I would have made a shit ton of money if I just kept it. One of my friends has UFO in the Telegram group, and he's done extremely well. I don't know if he still does. But that's extremely bullish for Elon 1, if that is accurate, which I'm sure it is. Yep. UFO Gaming. Yep, I know about that. Let's actually go see how that's doing. I want to look at the coin. It's obviously now had a major correction since Bitcoin's all-time high, but this thing went parabolic. So it's loading. So yeah, I mean, this chart went parabolic, and now it's in a major correction on UFO. It just keeps making new lows. So not saying you should buy UFO right now, but it did go parabolic at one point. We were talking about getting in down here, or at least my friend was, and he probably got in maybe even down here. Yeah, so this is originally where I got in at 42.8, and I probably sold a little bit higher, or maybe low. Maybe I lost money. I don't remember. And then it went way up here. That would have been at like a 20 or 30x. Yeah, UFO has done extremely well. SHIB obviously went parabolic. I made some money on SHIB early on. If I would have held that, I would be doing extremely well. So I should have held both of those, but I bid it. I didn't. I'll learn with Elon 1. Yep, there's a lot more. So that's extremely bullish. So with that being said, I'm going to go back to Jasmine because that's the coin I watch. Anyways, all right, let me see. So if that's it, I'm probably going to go turn on the football game because that's about to start for the NFL playoffs. So thanks, guys, for joining. Today is Monday, right? So I'll be live Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, same time. For Elon 1, they said the marketplace is going to happen end of this third or fourth week of this month. So obviously it's already the third week. I kind of had a gut feeling it'd be towards the end of that timeline. I think it probably happens one of the last days of this month, which would be the 30th or 31st. I think that's probably when the marketplace would go live if they're still on track, which I haven't heard anything, so I'm going to assume they are. So that's kind of when I expect it to go live. The 29th maybe, but 29th, 30th, or maybe the 31st would be when I expect Elon 1 to go live. And if it does, this thing's going to go crazy. So, yep. That's all I got. Thanks, guys, for joining. And I will see you guys Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time. Until then, trade safe, and hopefully Bitcoin can stay above $42,000. Alrighty.